Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Oliver James Graham. Number 22-03463, council appearance.
Brian Rango on behalf of people practicing under Michigan Court Rule 8.120.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Oliver Graham, who is present and standing to my right.
You and Mr. Graham, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Today's the date that was set for a final pre-trial. Oh, no, it was set for jury trial. My understanding is that in the interest of justice, the people are moving to dismiss this case without prejudice as the necessary witnesses have failed to appear. Is that accurate?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so the case will be dismissed today without prejudice. That simply means that if the witnesses later reappear and they're ready to proceed, the case can be issued against you. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions?
And for how long can that happen?
This is a domestic violence. You can talk to your attorney about the statutory restrictions on that. So the witness was here last week, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Any other questions? Okay, any additional matters for the record?
Nothing on behalf of people. Thank you, Your Honor.
And none for defense. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're all set. We'll get you a copy.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jeffrey Cornwell, file number 22-03304, council appearance.
Brian Rango on behalf of people practicing under Michigan Court Rule 8.120.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Jeffrey Cornwell, who is present and standing to my right.
Okay, how are you, Mr. Cornwell?
Very well, thank you.
Today's the date set for a final pre-trial. My understanding is that the necessary witnesses failed to appear, so people are moving to dismiss without prejudice. So the case will be dismissed today. They do have the right to reissue the charge against you if the witness later reappears and is ready to proceed. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing on behalf of people. Thank you, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, we'll get you a copy of that, sir.
Thank you.
Davion Davis.
No, Your Honor. I've not been able to get a hold of him, and it's my understanding he's not in custody.
Well, it's your bench warrant. Where's Mr. Karami?
Mr. Karatny contacted me yesterday and today. He was released from the hospital, but he is still too sick to leave his bed. He still needs to get his medication, so he's not able to be here this morning, Your Honor.
Okay, well, I'll issue a bench warrant and have him remanded. He's not too sick to pick up new PA-53 violations, so.
No, Your Honor, she has a history of failing to appear, though I was able to briefly have contact with her for the pretrial conference, but her number's not in service anymore. I emailed her, but I haven't been able to hear from her.
and April Catrice Reed.
Yes, Your Honor, you have Ms. Reed.
We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus April Catrice Reed, file number 22-02159. Council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of Field Prosecutor Michigan Court 8.120.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of defendant April Reed, who is present and standing to my right.
How are you, Ms. Reed? I'm well, thank you. Today's the date and time set for final pre-trial. How are we proceeding on this?
Your Honor, at this time, we had this adjourned so that the prosecutors can get in contact with the alleged victim. It's my understanding that the necessary witnesses are here today and that there has been an offer made. I have gone over, it's a pleading to an added count of assault and battery with a to an agreement with no front up for jail. I've gone over with this, but at this time, if the court would allow a brief adjournment so that I can have more time to go over record.
Sounds good. Was already set for a jury trial March 6th. Did you want something sooner than that?
Your Honor, I don't think that's possible. So March 6th.
Oh, sounds like we don't have anything sooner. We're all booked up around here.
So yes, if we can just have it set for the jury trial date that was for March 6th.
Okay, we'll convert that to a plea date. Do you have any questions today, ma'am?
Oh man.
Okay, any additional matters for the record?
Nothing on behalf of people. Thank you, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, you're all set. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Anthony Scherer, file number 22-03484.
Hold on, Your Honor, I need to find out.
Sorry? What's the matter?
Oh.
I think it's Lee on this. He's on Zoom. I think he was.
You still have that? Yeah. I was just gonna have.
Oh, it's a nollie.
I was gonna have John move for just move for dismissal.
There he is. There's no prosecutor in the building at all? Oh, we have a Monday without a prosecutor in the building.
There's Morgan's that has Monday, huh?
What your office doing over there? Tell them they need to get a prosecutor over here. They? I don't understand. All right. People of the state of Michigan versus Anthony Scherer, file number 22-03484 SM. Council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of Field Prosecutor Michigan Court Rule 8.120.
John Lee on behalf of Anthony Shearer, who is standing to my right.
Okay, Mr. Scherer, how are you?
I'm good, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Today's the date and the time set for a final pretrial. My understanding is that the necessary witnesses have failed to appear. The people are unable to proceed. Mr. Lee.
We would like to make a motion to dismiss, Your Honor.
A motion to dismiss will be granted. The case will be dismissed without prejudice. That simply means that they can reissue the charge against you if the necessary witness appears later and is ready to proceed, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll get you a copy of the nollie through your attorney, okay? You can't get it signed right now, all right?
I'm good.
Have a good one, sir.
You too.
You can have somebody at your office scan this one, get us your signature.
We'll do that, Your Honor. I'll have it back this afternoon.
Okay, Mr. Yang.
Yes, Your Honor. I represent Ms. Wagner.
Okay. Did you speak with her at all? Are you ready to proceed?
We're ready to proceed.
I'm confused.
Together, who represents John?
Got it. Okay. On the record in the matters of the people of the state of Michigan versus Misty Jones. That's file number 22-02933. And then I have the people of the state of Michigan versus Michelle Wagner. That's file number 22-02935. Council appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Joseph Yang on behalf of Ms. Wagner on file 222935 FY. I'm appearing via Zoom. She is appearing via Zoom as well, and we consent to having this hearing via Zoom.
John Lee on behalf of Misty Jones.
Okay, and Ms. Wagner, Ms. Jones, can you both hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, excellent. Today's the date and the time set for a sentencing. I do have pre-sentencing reports on each file. Mr. Lee, is there any reason to make updates, corrections, or deletions?
No, Your Honor, we have no updates, deletions, or corrections.
Okay, Mr. Yang, any reasons to make updates, corrections, or deletions?
Yes, Your Honor, just on the cover page, under fingerprints, it's still marked as failed to complete. I did speak with Ms. Wagner, and those were submitted already to the court. So I'm not sure if the file just wasn't updated, but that has been completed. So I'd just like to inform the court of that.
Oh, sounds good.
Other than that, there's no additions, corrections, or deletions.
Okay, very good. Okay, who's gonna go first? Mr. Lee.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Jones is here on her first ever conviction. She has expressed remorse for the incident and is amenable to the idea of a mental health screening, completion of a GED, and looking for work. She is positive and proactive and is willing to participate in probation. We would only ask, Your Honor, that you might consider a shorter term of probation, something more like 8 months as opposed to 12 months. But otherwise, we in general concur with the probation report.
Thank you. Did your client want to make a statement at all?
Ms. Jones, did you want to make a statement at all?
No, no, sir.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Yang.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would just second what Mr. Lee stated there. Ms. Wagner has taken responsibility. She understands the severity of this, not only for the animals, but for the people living in the home at that time. She is working full time, but unfortunately, I believe she is still indigent, as she did qualify for conflict counsel through the public defender's office. So I'd ask that this court sentence her to a term of probation, again, less than the 12 months, maybe 8 months, and waive as many of the fines and costs as this court can. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, I've had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence report for both individuals. Not too much of a difference on the report. It says here, Ms. Jones scored in the moderate low risk category, making her appropriate for probation services, but she had elevated scores in the employment domain, leisure activities, and attitude and behavior. It looks like she would benefit from a mental health screening and some oversight from the court. It says here, as it relates to Ms. Wagner, similarly, she scored in the moderate to low risk category, and that she had elevated scores in leisure activity domain and the attitude behavior domain. Just the clear nature of the underlying issue gives us concern about the part of the defendant's mental stability and mental health. And so I think that mental health evaluation is appropriate for both. So I'm going to order that both Ms. Jones and Ms. Wagner participate in a term of probation. I do think 12 months of probation is a bit much, considering this is a first ever criminal offense for them, or conviction at least. I see nothing else with either of their criminal records. I will grant the request, and both will be sentenced to an 8-month term of probation. Both Ms. Wagner and Ms. Jones will be ordered to undergo mental health evaluations and follow all recommendations. I'm going to order that Ms. Jones complete her GED and obtain employment while on probation. Do you have any questions, Ms. Jones?
No, ma'am.
Okay, also while on probation, you're not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior. You're not to purchase or possess a firearm, ammunition, or any other dangerous weapon. You're not to use, purchase, or possess alcohol, marijuana, or controlled substance without valid prescription. You're going to be required to submit to random preliminary breath test and or your analysis. You're responsible for the costs associated with that, okay?
Okay,
It's a
Yes, ma'am.
$30 per month oversight fee as it relates to probation that will be applied to fines and costs here. There's a $75 crime victim rights fee that will be assessed and a $50 state minimum cost. There's restitution owed in this amount, in this event. It's $1,203 that you will be joint and severally liable for, okay?
yes, ma'am.
That's owed to the Ingham County Animal Control. Do you have any questions about fines and costs?
No, ma'am.
I'm gonna waive discretionary fines and costs on this file at this time. Ms. Wagner also will be sentenced to 8-month probation with a $30 per month oversight fee. I'm gonna order Ms. Wagner that you undergo a mental health evaluation and follow all recommendations. I'm also gonna order that you obtain and maintain employment as part of your probation status. Do you have any questions so far?
No, ma'am.
Okay, well, on probation, same applies to you. You're not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior. You're not to purchase or possess a firearm, ammunition, or weapon of any kind. You're not to use, purchase, or possess alcohol, marijuana, or controlled substance without a valid prescription. And you're going to be required to submit to random preliminary breath tests and or your analysis testing. You're responsible for the cost of that, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
There's a $75 crime victim rights fee that will be assessed, $50 state minimum cost, 8 months of probation is $240. And you are joint and severally liable for $1,203 of restitution owed to the Ingham County Animal Control. So that brings total of fines and costs to $1,568. The joint and several liability, meaning one of you all can pay all or half of that, or however you all want to do it. Just know that you're responsible for making sure that money gets paid to the Ingham County Animal Control, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions at this time?
No, ma'am.
Okay, the following rights apply to you both. You have been sentenced to a term of probation in the 54A District Court. The probation conditions have been individually tailored and are specific to address your assessed risks and needs. Except for in cases of domestic violence, criminal sex crime, and stalking offenses, or an offense where the defense of guilty but mentally ill was asserted, you may be eligible for early discharge from probation. You have the following rights. You have the right to request early discharge from probation once you have completed half the original term ordered by the judge. Your probation officer may, but is not required to, file a notice with the judge once you become eligible, excuse me, for early discharge. The probation officer must send to you and to the prosecuting attorney a copy of the notice. The prosecuting attorney has 14 days after receipt of the notice to file any written objections to early discharge. You may request an early discharge from probation after meeting the following conditions. A, you have completed all required probation programming, and B, you have not violated probation within 3 months preceding your request. You must send a copy of your request to the probation officer and to the prosecuting attorney. The prosecuting attorney has 14 days from receipt of your request to file any written objections to early discharge. If a hearing is scheduled to address the request for early discharge, you have the right to retain or hire an attorney to represent you. You do not have the right to court-appointed counsel for any hearing for early discharge from probation. You may make your request for early discharge by completing a notice regarding eligibility for early discharge from probation. That's the MC 512 form. That form is located on the court website, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about those rights?
No, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing further on behalf of Ms. Wagner. Thank you, Your Honor.
Nothing further on behalf of Ms. Jones.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Jones, Ms. Wagner, good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Okay, who's representing Amanda Jo Dahl?
John Lee, Your Honor.
Okay. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Amanda Jo Dahl, file number 22-3100.
Brian Ring on behalf of Field Pricing and Mission Code Rule 8.122.
John Lee, on behalf of Ms. Dahl.
Ms. Dahl, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Today was the date that was set for sentencing and restitution hearing. Are you ready to proceed?
That's correct, Your Honor. At this time, I am not ready to proceed on the restitution here. I was going to ask for a brief 1-week adjournment. It seems subpoenas did not go out from my office at this time, Your Honor.
Okay, we will reset the restitution hearing. That'll have to be March 6th. March 6th? slot at 8:30. Okay, any additional matters on the restitution hearing?
Nothing on behalf of people, thank you.
Okay, you can make allocution for sentencing.
Okay. Ms. Dahl has accepted responsibility in this case, Your Honor. She is otherwise somebody who does not have a criminal record and is asking the court for leniency in fines and costs, as she is already going to be paying some restitution in this matter.
Thank you. The court will issue sentence in the amount of $75 crime victim rights plus $50 state minimum costs, a total of $125. Okay, ma'am, when can you make payment?
It will probably be around February 24th.
Okay, you're gonna pay in full on February 24th?
Yes.
Okay, I'll note that here in the file, and I'll take care of the fines and costs on this, and then we'll deal with restitution at the hearing on March 6th. Do you have any questions today?
No, I don't.
Okay, do you know how you can make payment?
I'm sorry.
Do you know how to make payment?
No, I don't.
Okay, you can either come up to the building on the 6th floor of City Hall, you can pay at the criminal traffic window, or you can go online to the court website and you would just use this case number to make payment. There may be a small transaction fee attached there, or you can mail check or money order to the court and include your case number on it, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any additional matters for the record today, counsel?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have we heard from Anthony Thorpe?
Your Honor, no, I have not. I have spoken to his sister because that was the only good number I had, and she hasn't heard from me either. So she can pass on a message on to her mom, but nope. I agree. Yeah.
Okay, we'll do a bench warrant. Whoa. I just realized how old this file is.
Yeah, it's so old. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, there's that. Now we're up to 9:30. Who's on the Samsung SM?
I believe that's me, Gabriela Flores.
Nope, I see your name. There's a.
Oh, okay.
Who, sir with the black on? If you can unmute.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, what's your name?
I'm Benjamin Riddle.
Okay, very good. And who do you have with you?
I have Mr. Arnold behind me, Your Honor. That should be a plea.
We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Brad Arnold, file number 22-02502. Council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of people practicing under Michigan Code Rule 8.120.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Brad Arnold, who is present and standing to my right.
Okay, how are you, Mr. Arnold?
I'm all right, I'm all right.
Okay, today's the date and time set for a pre-trial. I have a plea sheet. It says the people are offering for you to plead guilty to an added count 2 of attempt larceny less than 200 under MCL 750.3565A. And that is a misdemeanor, maximum penalty 46 days and or $250 in fines. They are moving to dismiss count 1 upon successful plea to the added count 2. Is that a complete and accurate statement?
There was also a Kilbrew and upfront, Joe. I apologize for not mentioning that.
Okay, I'll check that here. There's also a Killebrew of no upfront jail, so that means they agree that you should not be sentenced to upfront jail. But I'm not agreeing to that. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I have an advice of rights and key information sheet here. It has the date up to date on it. Is that your signature?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, did you read this document?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand each of the rights listed here?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you have any questions about these rights?
Yes, ma'am.
What's the questions you have?
I have no questions currently.
Oh, okay.
My
This is
bad,
just-
you got me on that one.
Oh, yep, I did. That's how I find out if you're paying attention or not. Or if you're just spitting out answers. Okay, so you have the right in this matter to proceed to a trial, and you have the right to a jury trial. You have the right to the presumption of innocence too. So you understand that you have the right to be innocent until proven guilty.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to give up that right?
Yes, ma'am.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, and so that means you're gonna give up the right to have the prosecution have to meet their burden, which is they have to prove each element. Can you mute him, please? Each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You want to give up that right to have them prove that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so that means you're gonna give up your right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial. You're gonna give up the right to see, hear, or question any of the witnesses they wanted to call against you. You're gonna give up the right to present evidence that you believe would show a defense of this charge. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you seem to got a little smile. What's going on? What does this mean?
I'm just happy generally.
Okay, very good. I'm glad you're happy to be here. So I just wanted to make sure you understand what you're doing here and that you can appreciate the seriousness of what you're waiving now.
No, I
You're
completely
right.
understand.
Okay, very good. Okay, and so you understand that a guilty plea could result in a conviction that may have impact on any travel or immigration status you may be seeking.
Yes, ma'am.
You also understand that a guilty plea can result in a conviction that you may need to report to either your current employer, or you may need to report a conviction to a future employer. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Has there been any promises made to you to get you to waive your rights?
No, ma'am.
Any threats being made to you for you to waive your rights?
No, ma'am.
And are you entering a guilty plea today because you believe you're guilty?
I am guilty.
Okay, as to, well, there we go, factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right, Mr. Arnold, on April 25th of 2022, were you and a friend, William Goddard, driving around, and then you went to the Pure Auctions on 2122 North King Boulevard?
Yeah.
All right, and that's it. You believe that's in the city of Lansing, Union County, Michigan,
Yes.
correct? All right, and while you were there, or when your friend drove you there, did you attempt to steal what was it? The wire, or just like a unit of wire outside of Pure Auctions?
Attempt to take it to scrap metal and didn't even know what it was, but yes, it was someone else's property. Yes.
All right. All right. And you don't dispute that that wasn't your property to take?
Yeah, I did.
All right. And the police were able to recover that property, correct?
Yes.
All right, Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Okay. Any questions from the prosecution?
No, that's not, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. I find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Okay. Any objection to immediate sentencing?
None for the people, thank you, Your Honor.
No, none for me, Your Honor.
You can proceed, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Arnold reports that when he was arraigned on the 10th, he was given a 3,000 or 10% $3,000 bond. So he did sit in jail in Union County Jail for at least for 7 days on this. He is currently homeless. He is he was evicted from his home, though he's fighting that eviction. He has the help of legal services. He has the help of Advent House. So he's the best way to communicate with him. He's provided me contact information for people at Advent House, but at this time he's not working. He's trying to get disability. He doesn't know he doesn't have an income. So Your Honor, waiving anything that was possible is all we were requesting. And then if at all possible, He also, he likes to work in the community. If there was any way to offset fines and costs with community service, he's open to that as well.
You like to work in the community, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I'm known in the community for LG magazine. I'm done a GMG worldwide collaboration unity. I'm known with Mike Carl at Travelodge. I had No Sleep Millie and all the rappers come feed the kids. That's actually where I caught my charge, was to make some money because I was broke. I know Law Francis right now. I'm dealing with an illegal lockout on 124 Barnes Avenue with Ron Holding. They're illegally holding my possession since I've got out of court. I'm known for bringing a lot of different donations. The kids got brand new scooters at Travelodge through Abba House. I'm in Melissa Flynn podcast from to musicians I promote to Mila Lynn, and that's how I even got my GMG Unity Quality event I threw at Morris River Park September 17th. That was on the news June 23rd last year for the food bank too. I've made a lot of mistakes in my past. I've been out of prison 9 years. I've been basically out of jail a long time. I went to go try to make some money, didn't know it was an old weed shop. I took it and ended up, I want to own up to it and do something for the community still.
Okay, sounds good. And the wires were returned to Pure Options, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so there's no restitution. You served 7 days.
Yes.
I'll credit you time, sir. You're all set.
Thank you, man. You have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Gabriela Flores, file number 22-0269495 and 96. Council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of People Pricing Intermission, total 8.120.
And I'll stand in for Assistant Public Defender John Lee, Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant, Isabel Flores.
Okay, today's the date and time that was set for pre-trial. I have 3 dog license vaccinations. And it looks like we adjourned this so that she could get the license and vaccinations taken care of. How are we proceeding?
That's correct, Your Honor. At this time, I've been provided proof that the licenses and vaccinations are current and valid. At this time, people are moving to dismiss all 3, Your Honor.
Okay, all 3 cases will be dismissed, ma'am. You're all set.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Same to you. We haven't seen Ms. Peters. Okay.
Ms. Peters declined a quarterfinal. Oh, yeah. Right. That one's a fun one.
They say they
Alright. Exception. I'm not done yet. There we go. All right, I got internet. I just gotta type this shit in. All right.
We're on the record in the matter, the people of the state of Michigan versus Benjamin Maxwell Riddle, file number 20-02545. Council appearance,
Brian Ring on behalf of people practicing under Michigan Court Rule 8.120.
Mr.
John.
Riddle, can you start your video, please? There you go.
Yes, ma'am.
John Lee on behalf of Benjamin Riddle, who is appearing with us via Zoom.
Today is the date and time set for a pre-trial. I'm gonna first address the fact that I did receive notification, Mr. Riddle, that your GPS tether device was not
Yes,
charged, so
ma'am.
you're not being monitored, which is a violation of your bond condition.
Oh, it's not charged.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. Okay. Let me plug it in right now then. Wow.
Okay, so I'll let him plug that in. I'm gonna have this, I'm setting up for a PA 53 violation hearing.
Wow, really? A violation? Are you guys kidding me? You guys gotta be kidding me, man. Really? I have it charged every day, man. Really? You really gotta be kidding me.
It's been dead for almost 24 hours.
Oh, I charge it for like 4 hours. It doesn't even tell me when it's on.
Okay, well, we can address that
There it
at the
goes.
hearing,
I'm
okay?
sorry, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm sorry.
We
I'm
can,
plugging
no,
it right now.
you're completely
I'm
fine.
sorry.
What we're gonna do,
Yeah,
what we're gonna do
whatever.
right now,
Yeah.
what we're gonna do is discontinue the hearing and you can appear in person.
That's what I want to do. Are you kidding?
I muted your client, just so we're clear. Okay, so I'll have this set for a PA 53 violation hearing and another pretrial. Was there an offer on this?
There is an offer, Your Honor. We're still working through the details on restitution.
Okay, he can appear in person. What's the court date?
March 13th
March.
at 9:30.
Well, let's get that quicker. We can have a slot. We can have 106. add a slot at 9:30. March 6th at 9:30. Any additional matters for the record, council?
Nothing on behalf of the people. Thank you, Your Honor.
Nothing for the defense, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set, sir. Please remove him from the courtroom. Who's on the Moto G Power?
This is Rakisha Alexander.
No problem. Your attorney wants to speak to you. Give him just a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
I caught a probation violation, and my probation officer and I, worked through that thing. He ended up recommending a year, and revoking my probation, and that's what the judge did. I believe, Justin Russ. A year, no early release.
Oh my goodness, this guy is so irritating. What is irking me? My goodness. That's what they should be calling a dog on that dog.
Okay. That's Mr. Yazid, and we're gonna do that one first. Let's see. Do we have another file? Mr. Yazid?
Yes, a felony file.
Well, looks like, how are you, Mr. Yazid? I'm sorry? He can hear me, but I can't hear him. What's going on with with the jail? Is he in the jail, right? Yeah. Okay, I don't know. We'll see what's going on there. Miss Alexander, can you hear me? You're muted. Make sure it's not Zoom. Can you unmute?
Unmute ear. My ear is plugged up. I can't hear you either.
No, you're fine. I can hear you now. Something was going on with you, Mr. Yazid.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
ma'am, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Alexander.
Thank you.
How are you proceeding, Alexander?
We're gonna leave this at five, pretty sure.
Alexander,
Yes, Your Honor.
you want a final pre-trial and jury trial? Okay.
That's my mom.
Offer.
Not this time, Your Honor.
Okay. Final pre-trial March 6th at 8 a.m. And then jury trial March 20th. Final pre-trial March 6th at 8 o'clock in the morning in person at the court. Jury trial March 20th at 8 o'clock in the morning, also in person at the court. Do you have any questions today, Ms. Alexander?
No, so that would be March 6th or March 20th.
March 6th and March 20th.
March 6th and March 20th. Okay. Will I get a piece, something in the mail for that or?
Yep, we'll send a notice to appear to the address we have on file in Roosevelt.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're all set.
All right, have a blessed day.
Same to you.
Okay.
Oh, no, well, I believe it was for a different case. I got a list of people before that, and, before that, and, I believe that's what it was about.
We are on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Malik Yazid. File number is 23-00084. Council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of Field President, Michigan Court Rule 8.12.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Malik Yazid, who is appearing separately from the Union County Jail.
Okay, Mr. Yazid, today's the date that's set for a pre-trial. What we have here is an offer from the people. The people are offering for you to plead guilty to an added count 2 of trespassing under MCL 750.552. So that's a misdemeanor. The maximum penalty is 30 days in jail and or $250 in fines, and then they will dismiss count 1 upon successful plea to count 2. Okay, sir?
Okay.
Do you want to accept that offer?
Yes, I'm guilty.
Okay. Raise your right hand first. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Mr. Yazid, I gotta explain to you your rights before I can accept your guilty plea, okay? So you have a right in this matter to proceed to trial, and you have the right to a jury trial. And so you have the right to be considered innocent. You're innocent until the people can prove you guilty. Do you want to give up that right so you can enter into a plea today?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm
right.
guilty.
You okay?
Yes.
go to the bathroom or something?
Do you need some medical attention, or do you have to go to the restroom or something?
I'm okay. I just accidentally broke into somebody's house yeah, and it was messed up
Okay.
because I didn't.
I don't think we'll have any problem with the factual basis. I think the issue is getting you to waive the rights is what we have the issue. So do
Okay.
you understand, sir, that you have the right to have a trial in this matter and that you don't have to plead guilty?
Yeah.
Okay. And you understand that you have the right to have the prosecution prove that you're guilty and you don't have to say anything at all?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to give up that right?
No. Or
Okay.
yeah, I want to give it up. I want to give it up.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so that means you're also going to give up the right to cross-examine, which means question any of the witnesses that they will have to say that you're guilty. You want to give up that right to question their witnesses?
Yeah.
Okay, and you want to give up the right to call your own witnesses?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you want to give up the right to remain silent and not have silence be used against you?
Yes.
Anybody threaten you to get you to give up those rights?
No.
Were there any promises to you if you give up your rights?
Would I promise to give up my
Did
rights?
anybody promise you anything in exchange for you giving up your rights today?
No.
Okay. And you're pleading guilty because you believe you're guilty?
Yes.
Okay, well, he's already said he's guilty, so can I have a factual basis?
Thank you, Your Honor. All right. Mr. Yazid, on April 20th of 2022, were you at an apartment number 122 at 301 West Lenawee Street in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, state of Michigan?
Yes.
All right. And did you have permission to be in that apartment?
No.
All right. And you had been told not to be in that apartment, correct?
Yes.
All right. But on April 20th of 2022, were you found in the apartment?
I think I was found leaving when they called, but I was in the apartment. Yes.
Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Thank you. Any questions from the people?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
The court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. I find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Was there a restitution in there?
No, there was no reported damage, Your Honor.
No, sounds good. Okay. I'm gonna set this for sentencing. I'm referring him to probation for a pre-sentence report. And we're already into April. April 3rd at 8:30 will be the sentencing date.
Mr. Yazid, that's the same time and date as your other sentencing.
Okay.
He was referred to probation on that one as well.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Do you have any questions today, Mr. Yazid?
No.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing we have to feel. Thank you, Your Honor.
None for defense. Thank you.
Okay, you're all set for today, Mr. Yazid. We'll see you at your sentencing.
It's April 3rd?
Yes.
Okay, how many, what's the month right now? December, January, February, April. Oh, next month.
No, this is February, sir.
Okay, so that's my sentence?
Got your sentencing. It sounds like you have another sentencing on that same date, okay?
All right. All right.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Thank you.
On the Samsung SM. Sir, what's your name?
Devon Ansel. I apologize. I didn't realize I didn't have my audio set up.
No problem. Ansel.
That's mine, Your Honor. I'm
Please
ready to
do so.
proceed.
Are you ready to proceed?
Yes.
Okay, and who's back here?
I have Mr. Span behind me.
Mr. Span. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Prince Jarrell Span, file number 22413555921 SG. Appearances for the record.
Brian Ring on behalf of Mexican Mission Court Rule 8.120.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant, Prince Jarrell Span, who is present and standing to my right.
How are you, Mr. Span?
So far, so good, Your Honor.
Say date and time set for Span. Let's see here. It's up for a pretrial and opening talks in a vehicle. How are we proceeding on this?
You know, at this time, I'd like to request an adjournment. I don't have any kind of a police report on this matter or anything from the Michigan State Police. I'd like time to reach out to Michigan State Police in order to have them make that available to us. I think it would be helpful to me and both the defense, Your Honor.
I assume you don't have a police report either then?
Nope.
Sounds good. Think you need a police report before we can move forward. We'll reset this. March 13th. At what time? 9:30? March 13th at 9:30. What's MSP doing? This happened allegedly in November. Okay, we'll get you a notice to appear for your new court date. Do you have any questions today, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor, actually, hold on a second.
No problem.
Because so just let me know. Your Honor, we'll be fine with March 13th. He's just letting me know that there's a possibility he's going to be out of the state for his mother's birthday in March, but I'll gain that information and let the court if it will conflict with the March 13th date. But I don't know if it really said this one, it might not. We'll just leave that date.
You have a phone?
I don't have the application dates.
You have a phone?
Yes, ma'am.
Where does your mom live?
She lives in South Haven.
You can appear virtually.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, but you'll still need permission to leave the state, but. I
Oh,
think
that's a
we'll
whole
go
nother
with the
issue,
March
but yeah,
13th.
I mean, open and talking, I'm sure that you can get permission granted. I know the judge. But you could, if that was the case, appear virtually, as long as you have video. Okay. Any additional?
Nothing will be able to do. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay, you ready on Mr. Ansel?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Devon Dries Ansel, file number 22-03267 SM, council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of Beal Prexy and Michigan Court Rule 8.120.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Devin Ansel, who is appearing separately by video.
Okay, and Mr. Ansel, today is the date and the time set for a pre-trial. I have a domestic violence and a malicious destruction of property. How are we proceeding on this, counsel?
Don't believe that there's an offer, Your Honor, to be setting it for a final pre-trial and jury trial.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Trial March 13th at 8 a.m. Okay, final pre-trial March 13th at 8 o'clock in the morning in person at the court. And then your jury trial will be March 20th, 8 o'clock in the morning, also in person at the court. Okay, Mr. Ansel?
Okay, so March 13th and March 20th, and be present in the courtroom both
Correct.
times? Okay,
Yes, sir. Do you have any questions?
no, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing on behalf of people. Thank you, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, you're all set, Mr. Ansel.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. Mr. Van Kirk, do you have an attorney? I see Watson on.
I'm
Oh,
Should have a public defender there today.
speak to him? Or you all set?
No, we're all set.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jacob Edward Van Kirk, file number 23-00113 and 114. Council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of people practicing under Michigan Court Rule 8.120.
John Lee on behalf of Mr. Van Kirk.
Okay, today's the date and time set for pre-trials. I have 2 unlicensed dogs. How are we proceeding?
At this time, I've been provided with both licenses for both dogs via Mr. Lee. At this time, the appeal will be moving to dismiss both files.
Thank you. Both cases will be dismissed. Mr. Van Kirk, you're all set.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.
Same to you. Who's representing Robert
Your Honor,
Johnson?
I do represent Mr. Robert Johnson. I'm gonna have to speak with him.
Then, Mr. Johnson, your attorney's gonna log in and speak with you privately, okay? Well, she
Okay.
is logged in. We'll just put you in the room.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Robert Johnson, file number 23-00134. Appearance, please.
Brian Ring will be on field pressing on Michigan Court Road 8.120.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Robert Johnson, who's appearing separately by video.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, today's the date and the time that's set for a pretrial on one count of domestic violence. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, there is no offer at this time. We would just be requesting it be set for a final pretrial and jury trial.
Final pretrial, March 13th at 8 a.m. Jury trial, March 27th at 8 a.m. Okay, final pretrial, March 13th at 8 a.m. is in person at the court, and the jury trial, March 27th at 8 a.m. also in person at the court. Do you have any questions today, Mr. Johnson?
No, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing about people. Thank you, Your Honor.
No, none for defense. Thank you.
Okay, you're all set, Mr. Johnson.
All right, thank you.
No problem. Mr. Wett, what's that all about? Failure to appear.
I don't
I think I've said this before. Just imagine having a bench warrant out because you didn't appear for the dog license.
He's got some issues, he says. It's multiple times. 1, 2, 3. Looks like he gave Magistrate no more of the business. So there's that. And then Diaz-Torrance.
Your Honor, I did speak with Mr. Diaz-Torres. I don't know exactly where he is. I'm about to call him.
Mr. Diaz-Torrance.
Here I am.
Okay. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Carlos Diaz-Torrance, file number 23-00124. Counsel appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of field pressing on Michigan Court Road 8.120.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Carlos Diaz-Torrance, who's appearing separately by video.
Today's the date and time set for pre-trial on one count of domestic violence. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, it's my understanding there is no offer at this time. We just be requesting a final pretrial and jury trial.
Final pretrial March 13th at 8 a.m. Jury trial March 27th at 8 a.m. Final pretrial March 13th at 8 a.m. in person at the court. Jury trial March 27th at 8 a.m. in person at the court. Do you have any questions today, Mr. Diaz-Torrance?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing on behalf of the people. Thank you, Your Honor.
No for defense. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're all set, sir.
Yeah, though I do have to remind us, I have to get an email sent. I don't know if I'm gonna do it or my bosses, but the emails from probation